and welcome to another show. We are grateful to see you here, and so welcome and favor to all. All right, so today's another short show. We go over to John Benny today, and tomorrow we have at 9:15. So we're going to cut the show again just a hair early. We're going to slide over and join Jared as he's doing a fire homa for the Beaver Full Moon while he's in India. And could be there for a while. He's in an ashram in India. If you haven't picked up on that, you can check out his videos. And he is, doing well. And favor to him. Speaking of, all right, I love how the universe just works. Hi, Jared. Just talking about you. Gotta love it. Ears ringing. Fantastic. Jai Ma, brother. He's in ashram in India, and he will be doing his fire homa. If you don't know, there's pictures of where he's doing the fire homa on his page, and I've linked the fire homa to the community page on my channel. And tomorrow at 9, 11, 12-ish, we're going to dive over there. It's set for 9:14, and we're going to be a part of Jared's fire homa. So that's I can't imagine a better way to start good dawning than to go from that to on a Friday to seeing Jared in the dawning there in India. How awesome is that? Because to 11:11. All right, I say nothing, Jared. Jared's bringing in the synchron. Thank you, Jared. 11:11. Blessed. God love you, brother. It's nice to see you in the chat. And a big favor to you. And wow, the grand buffet over there, Baba G, 50,000 people a day. You know, it's funny. I was with like the one person I know in Colorado, and she's like, she's watching something. She's like, wow, this restaurant serves 3,000 people in a buffet a day. I'm like, I got this beat. So I grabbed the video of Jared at the Baba G's restaurant, right at the 50,000 people. And it was like mind blowing. So Jared, keep it up. Thank you. So we'll join you tomorrow. We're going to piggyback to your fire homa. So I can't wait. I won't be able to be as present because I have to go to work, but nonetheless, grateful that you're there. Woof Dude, good dawning as well. I sent you an email, Woof Dude. Send me some times there, and we'll set up your one-on-one, whatever works for you and me, of course. But we'll set it up. So send me Nathan. Send me the reply to that email. We'll get you set up as well. Just some housekeeping, guys and gals. And Laura, much better. Thank you, Nathan. That was my next question. So Laura is feeling better, blessed. We have her Monday at 3, and then Tuesday night is Viviani, and then the rest of the next 3 weeks in a row is Laura on Tuesday night. So we do Viviani once a month, and then Laura gets 3 nighttime slots a month, and then 1 Monday afternoon for anybody who's at home on a Monday afternoon. The favor. All right, so let's see what we got in the chat here. Helene, good dawning, and of course Jared here on a slow day. 80,000. Oh my gosh! I mean, you want to talk about eating with your closest friends? 80,000 people. That's like feeding a small city. That 80,000 people. You want an idea? There's about 100,000 people in Longmont, right? So that's like feeding the entire, almost, not completely, but at least 3/4 of the population of Longmont, Colorado, on a Saturday. I didn't even know where we would park. I know the scale of the universe is a whole different deal when you're in India. I can't even imagine. Just the sea of humanity, let alone all the tuk-tuks driving around and dodging those. But God bless. It's awesome to have you in the chat, Jared. Really. Shift the energy. Thank you. Blessed, brother. Blessed. All right. So I responded. Okay, then I just haven't checked my emails either. So that works too. I usually don't check my emails right away. I wait till after good dawning. This is like, I will check it as well. Make sure you're emailing blindly inspired at blindlyinspired.co at gmail.com. She's going to send you the links or the documentation or I have it too. I can forward it to you as well. But she wouldn't know who's on the show if you do that. So, and you can say hi as well. But she'll send you the documentation for the 5 elements of Feng Shui that we're going to study on Sunday. And I'll post those documents in the community page so people can get to them or something. We'll figure it out so that people can watch the replay and not be confused, right? All right, so grateful. This is awesome to have Jared in the chat here. All right, so today's mantra, right? So we're going to start today. We start each day with a mantra, then we do a grounding as well. So we're going to ground first, actually. The mantra won't stick as well if you're not grounded, right? So we're going to do a quick grounding, and then we do our mantra, and then we'll do the Hero's Journey cards. So today's a shorter show. I got to be at work early. I got my boss and her boss, and it's like Party Central at Thursdays are always like that at the shop. Party Central at the shop there. So make sure I'm walking in a good 10 minutes early, which, as we all know, 10 minutes early is generally on time, right? Yes. Exactly. So we'll get you guys over to John here. But all right. So let's do some grounding real quick. Grounding is real easy. And you can do it sitting. We're all sitting generally. So I'm going to do it sitting. It's really just a matter of connecting your soul star chakra to your crown chakra, running the line of energetics straight down through, and then pushing it back down. If you're sitting in a chair, then you could drop it out of your tailbone and pushing it down into the ground, or in your case, be the floor of your home or apartment, unless you're outside, which would be amazing, right? And I'm sure Jared is, but otherwise, yeah. So take a second here. What we're going to do is just imagine, and it's really kind of a self-led thing. I'm going to talk us through it, but you have to do it. So let's take a deep breath first. First thing we do to grab our center is to take a breath. So breathe in and release. And then one more. We do two, sometimes three or four. We could do circular breaths as well, but let's just take another breath in and release. Who is that? Let's see it. Be exuberant. Seems like this is a full-time job for you. Yes. Good dawning, Josh, and beautiful family. Favor, love, and peace to you all. Beautiful. I work at a crystal shop outside of doing this. So this doesn't really, as yet, it will at some point, but it hasn't really brought in any money. Now, I do offer one-on-one energetic, universal energetic attunement sessions where I work with channeling Saint Germain, Archangel Raphael, Goddess Isis, Kuan Yin, White Buffalo Calf Woman, and more. And that's how, yeah, if you want one of those, email me at Mr. Floyd Channelings with an S at gmail.com. But yeah, otherwise, no, I work at a crystal shop. But that's so I can learn energetics and crystals too. So there's reasons for everything. And of course, when you walk out of work in a crystal shop and you walk out of the shop, like ringing like a bell. So it's energetic attunement every time I go to work. All right. So let's ground real quick. So take a moment. And all you have to do is see the line between. And then what I do for myself is I will push the energies down through my tailbone to connect with the ground. And I will also see myself connecting with my soul star chakra, snapping in to the soul star chakra up here. Right. There we go. Up here. And then snapping down. So connecting that line really from the universe straight all the way up. It never stops. It's like a laser beam, right? Technically, a laser beam goes on forever. You just don't see the light scatters at some point, but it's still going out there. All right, so that's the idea. So let's blindly inspired. Good dawning, and I did get your email, and we're gonna get everybody to get you emailed there. So if you have an email blindly inspired, please do so. All right, so let's push down into the ground. I just push down. I grab a hold of my root chakra and push it down a little bit. Click in, and I feel more centered. I don't know about you. I click in from the top as well. So you do however works for you, but that works for me. Everybody's different when it comes to grounding. What I like to do as well is if I'm standing, I'll stomp my heels into the ground as well, and like maybe even do a quick jump to kind of and really feel the earth. But that's just me. But of course, the best way to ground is to put your feet on the earth. And if you didn't, Next Level Soul has a really good video with the earthing guy, right? The guy who invented the earthing mat, earthing video, the earthing movie. So if you get a chance to watch that on Next Level Soul, it's the earthing guy. He's really good. He's amazing. He's a very, very pleasurable guy to watch as well. I mean, he's humorable and whatnot. So it's not a boring interview in any aspect, but you'll learn a lot. And get your feet on the ground. All right, so let's do our mantra for today, our daily mantra, our energetics. So today's mantra is, I will not allow anyone to lower my vibration. So we're not going to allow anybody to do so. we tend to do so. Somebody will say something, or we text, do this or that, and we don't get a reply right away. We send an email, and 2 days later, we don't get a reply. So our vibration starts to go down. We bring up a suggestion in our friends group, and maybe they look at you like you're nuts or something. Our vibration goes down. We come tell our parents something, and they just kind of backhandingly ignore us or give us a backhanded compliment. You ever get one of those from your parents? And your vibration goes down. So it's kind of that idea as anything that would bring down your vibration. Of course, if you're standing at the water cooler and Fran wants to talk about her kid, or Bob wants to yell at you about your TPS reports at work, that's going to bring down your vibration as well. So don't let it. Allow it to roll off of you. Remember, that's them and you are you. So anybody how they're choosing to react, you don't have to eat those energetics. So if you want to repeat after me, I will not allow anyone to lower my vibration. And I'm going to add, for any reason. You don't get the right to take away my joy. You don't get the right to lower my vibration, and nobody gets the right to step on my energetics, or to expect my energetics to be lowered based on our interaction. And if you're coming towards me with the intent of trying to steal my vibration, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to allow it. And there you go. So don't let anybody steal your joy, steal your vibration, take your energy at all. People have looked at me. I'm nuts my whole life. It doesn't fit. No, you know what? I grind into it at this point. Yep. You know what? I am proud to be nuts. I am that guy. You know what? And I don't care, because I wouldn't want to be like everybody else. Like, I love it, Laura. Yeah, who wants to be like everybody else, anyways? Not me. Take back our power. Not even taking it back. It's about not giving it away. I'm not taking this back in any aspect. I'm not just going to give it away anymore. I'm not going to allow anybody else to leave me depressed, angry, upset, or frustrated. It's your energetics that you're projecting on me that I don't need to swallow anymore. And so that's what we're looking at. Anybody can be whoever they choose. They can come up to you and call you whatever you want. It's a matter of you and where you are vibrationally, if you choose to eat that, or if you choose to just be like, talk to the hand, brother. I love you, but I don't. Peace. Exactly. All right, 6 Fifths. Welcome. Grateful to have you, family. All right, so I'm going to get the links out. Start if you want to. I'm going to put this out now that we got like peak video here. Send me emails, guys. And Jared, you please join us as well. We're going to do a group Zoom the Saturday after Thanksgiving, just as a meet and greet and hang out for a few hours until it dies out, really. Or I got to do something on Zoom. But so it'd be a few hours on Zoom. So if everybody wants to send me an email to Mr. and I will start getting the stuff together here. I'll save the emails and then reply with the link once I set it up. If you want to start sending me emails, we can start now. It's Mr. Floyd Channelings with an S at gmail.com. Just make the subject the like Thanksgiving party or Zoom party, and I will send you the link to that. I'm not making it a public link, because then we'll get everybody and their mother on there, and trying to boot somebody off of Zoom isn't as easy as just going think on YouTube. And who knows? People will spend their energetics and their time, and we're talking good amounts of time. And you've seen it before, where they create fake accounts and then jump into YouTube and start trashing a chat, and then they get kicked out, and then they'll create another fake account and jump back in. You get all kinds of weirdness on YouTube there. And so that's why I want the emails instead of just putting a public Zoom link, because we could get some really interesting, and I'd rather just be known family per se, or channel family, than like some strange dude from, or girl from the YouTube who just found the link and is just like, who's this? What are we all doing here? So yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. And we'll get that started, and I will get that up. We're going to do it that Saturday after Thanksgiving. So like 25th, 6th, 7th, I think is right. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, somewhere around the 27th, I think. Because I think Thanksgiving is the 25th. All right, so let's work with the Hero's Journey deck as well. The Hero's Journey deck it's a dream oracle. And did I dream much? But all right, and so this is artist is by Rasuli, and I don't know who wrote this. Kelly Sullivan Walden. I mean, generally you've got Alana Fairchild or the other guy. But yeah, so this is kind of an off deck here. But Blue Angel. I've never, it's made by Blue Angel, so it's not a Hay House deck or Blue Angel. All right, so let's see what we get here. We're going to cut the cards into 3 here. Josh, I'm starting to think that a particularly negative person whose name shall not be when Michael Sadler Inspire Nation was a troll. I'm really negative person. We'll have to email me that, Penny. Who are you? I don't know who you're thinking. Was a troll there, particularly, but email me that, would you? Just shoot me a quick email occasion. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, and we'll discuss more. All right, so let's go ahead and does it end in a number? I don't know, but all right. So we cut the cards here. We pull the bottom card as the energetic we're trying to achieve, like what the universe is wanting us to work towards. It's our goal, right? And we're going to say hi to Chris, the volunteer, who's not in the chat, but says he's quietly watching either at work or on the way home, since it's kind of chaotic at his work right now. He said it's busy. So if he's watching, he won't be in the chat. And if he's not watching, he's watching on the way home. So favorite Chris, the volunteer, the things. Whatever happened with your other interview there? We never heard anything. So did you get the new job? Did they meet you financially? We don't know. And of course, again, keep Millie and her family in prayer there. They buried their grandma passed, and they had the funeral 2 days ago. And we haven't heard from Rooted Willow. I'm going to send her a text today. She hasn't been online in 2 months, a month and a half. And with the illnesses going through her family there, we send her, and she's in South Carolina too. So we send her love and favor. And anybody else that we're missing here, of course, we're grateful that Laura B is feeling better, and that Horses was sick. Laura, there's lots of Laura. Lakeside Laura wasn't feeling well either, so she's better, and so everybody's feeling better. We're grateful for that. All right, so today it's asking you to own your own mastery, right? The return. So it's asking you to return back to yourself, essentially, because it's your own mastery. So it would be the grand return is to you. So how do we get to owning your own mastery? And Bonnie, I'm going to send that cover out for you. I'm going to go pick up the magazine today after work, or before work if I can. I got to run across to Jane's Cafe, and I will grab a copy of Rooster for you and send you the Sekhmet picture there, which I will get to the post office and put that in tomorrow, actually. No, Saturday, because it won't be tomorrow. Although I may be able to send it off from work. I can probably so yeah, maybe I'll get it off tomorrow. All right, so in order to get to return back to ourselves, which is what we're being asked to do, right? The grand return to us. So it's asking you to stop and take in the view. So stop and take in the view, take stock of what you've already earned. So in order to get to your mastery, makes sense, right? You have to take an inventory of where you're at. So in order to see where you stand masterfully in your universe, first, you need to see what you have. Like any other business, in order to see where it is, it has to do a grand inventory. So that's what it's asking you to do, is to take stock or take an inventory of the treasures that you've already earned, of where you're at, compared especially to where you were more than anything else. All right, the Castle of Dreams. Become altered by the color of your dreams. So again, it's asking you to own your mastery. So what are you dreaming? So it's asking you to see, where have you been? Where are you now? And what are you dreaming about? What are you looking for? Again, this all ties together to get to your own mastery. And then finally, we have X marks the spot. See the love in disguise. All right. So it's asking you to master your universe, to return back to basically your own mastery. Own your mastery, right? So a lot of us, I guess, we're not owning our space. We're not owning who we are. And we're not owning the fact that we are masters on earth, that we are our own source. So in order to do that, first thing you need to do is take an inventory. So stop, take in the view, mountains, of course, and see where you're at, right? Is there a lake? But see where you're at, take in the view, look around, write down where you stand, see and take stock of what you've already been through and where you're already at. Then it's going to ask you to X marks the spot. So it's going to ask you to see love in your universe that you may not be seeing already. So what are you missing? If you're looking for love in your universe, are you not seeing the love that's already there? Sometimes we want something so specifically that we overlook that we may already have, in a lot of ways, what we're looking for in our universe, just in a different form, but it's already there. So if you're looking for love, how many of you are without love in your universe, but looking for love, but maybe have more love in your universe than you really realize. Then thirdly, finally, to get to owning your mastery, which really takes a lifetime. It's asking you to be altered by the color of your dreams. So it's asking you to step into your dreams and allow those to shape your universe, which would then allow you to step into your mastery, right? So there we go. So what are we missing? The love? Are we missing love in our universe? Are we not stepping into our dreams? And can we take an inventory? That's a really good deal. And even Saint Germain might come in with that today. Taking inventory in stock as to how far we've actually come. Because a lot of us will beat ourselves up as to where we're at, but we don't realize how far we've truly already come. So keep all that in mind. Let's do some quick cord cutting here, and then we can go into a quick channeling. We've got another 20 minutes or so. So let's go ahead and do some quick cord cutting. We're going to cut cords from today. It's from those in our universe who don't serve us, plain and simple. We all have people in our universe who are helping us to take away our energetics, right? To keep us from our X marks the spot and to keep us out of our frame, right? We all have at least one person that we know that is still in our universe who takes us out of the highest space that we are in. So we're not cutting cords with them again, although if you choose to, that's up to you. But we're cutting cords with the negative energetics that those few people that may be left in our universe are still throwing down on us. Again, we don't have to take those energetics. And that was the point of today's mantra, is that we're not eating those energies anymore. You can be as negative as you choose. I'm not choosing to, it's your problem. And so same thing with our cord cutting today. We're going to cut. We're not cutting relationships. If you want to step away from anybody who may be karmic or anti-energetic in your universe, that's certainly up to you. But we're just cutting the energies that they have been placed on us. We all have that one negative nilly friend, or that one person's like, oh God, it's whoever, they're calling again, and I don't want to deal with them. So in any aspect, the sacred trinity of love, forgiveness, and gratitude. Exactly. So we're going to, I like that. So we're going to not even forgive. We're just going to politely remove the energetics of our negative nilly friends. And of course, you can put in negative nilly acquaintances. We all know that person who we don't want to hang out with, who wants to hang out with us maybe, who's a negative nilly as well. And so we're going to just quickly cut the cord. So it's just that simple. We love you, but we don't need those negative energetics within our frame anymore. So let's go ahead and if you're cord cutting, it's real simple. All you have to do is see a name and erase it. All you have to do, or you can take the Bob and then cut the cord. It's really just that simple. So who in your universe is a negative nilly? Who in your universe brings you down when you have to see them? Who in your family might be the same as well? I actually tested RJ Spina, texted to how thank him, and said not to upset me. Wow, exactly what we are doing here. Don't let anyone lower your vibration. That's beautiful, Henny. No, if you let somebody lower your vibration, I mean, you might as well just give them your wallet and your keys and everything else, because you're doing the same general idea anyway. So if they're eating your lunch or eating you vibrationally, why are you letting them? And then you walk away feeling worse. Every time I hang around this person, I feel like a piece of, then why are you doing so? We do these things, but a lot of what we do is like out of obligation or something, but you never feel obligated to hang around somebody who's bringing your vibration down. So let's go ahead and cut cords then. This is a self-guided project here. So if all you need to do, if you're new here, is just make a list, or just, you can write it down, Bob, throw it away. You can see it on a chalkboard and erase it. Whatever you want to do, it works for you. You can even just say it out loud. I'm removing the negative energetics that have been laid on me from whomever, or placed upon me from whoever, and I cut those cords of the negative energies from them. You can do that too. Doesn't really matter how it's done, but the fact that it is done is the grand intention to the universe that you don't want to carry those energies with you any further. So let's go ahead and cut those cords. It'll take just a minute here. This is self-guided, so take a deep breath in and release. We do 2 breaths. Second one, you get really centered. The third one would really drop you into center, but we just do 2. All right. So let's go ahead then and see what we get here. All right, PG, good dining. Viviani. All right, so let's go ahead and cut those cords. Man, anybody you know in your universe who lays heavy energies on you, you get off the phone with them, you're like, poof. Or you see them and you go the other direction, but then they hey, how you doing? Ugh. And you can roll your eyes, right? We all know that person. So cut away. I'm cutting cords from people who bring our energetics down. Today's whole deal is about not eating others' energetics. All right, so we're cutting cords, removing energies of those who have been stealing, eating, or throwing negative energies at us that we don't want anymore. We may want them in our universe, we just don't want to deal with the negatives. And if you want to cut cords to remove them, that's your prerogative. You can do that right now. I'm removing that individual from my universe. You can do that. Was it Bob? All right, let's go. Right, what about Bob? But all right, so let's bring in Saint Germain. We're gonna do a quick channeling here. We still got about 15 minutes. We'll get you guys over to John Binney, and I will get my butt to work and be there 10 minutes early when the owner and the manager and who the heck knows who else, window cleaning guy and everybody else and their mother is in the store. When generally it's just me, nice and peaceful with my crystals. Well, they're crystals, but nonetheless, crystal blue persuasion. I have a negative Nilly stalker. I let a lot of that go, but I think about them occasionally. Exactly. So we'll throw them into the cut that we've all got that one. Even me. I mean, the one person I know in Colorado is negative Nilly, and so I have to every time I get it's like cutting cords. It's like clear that energy because you go in there. It's like, how are you? Oh, and then you get that instant downer energy. And it's like, all right, I love you. Much love. But all right. An abuser. Ooh, favor. If you're gonna be a favor to that, yeah, I hear you. I just the abuser portion of my universe. I just cut them out. It was my mom, and it's like, gotta go, and that's how. Yeah, believe me, if I was still talking to my mother, you would not see me in the good dunning. It would be it would not be a good dunning. But yeah, so we all have those in our universe. 6/5 favor. I just dump love on this person. 6/5. I used to. I just dump love on this person. Blessed. All right, so let's bring in Saint Germain, and we'll do a quick channeling here. We're going to talk about. I don't know what he's going to talk about, but good dawning and welcome. It's Saint Germain here. Grateful to be channeling through Josh for you. No more Archangel Raphael. To you today, Archangel Raphael is his own channel. So you are on channel 3. He is on channel 4. So you have to tune me down. To get to Archangel Raphael, now it's just myself. He can do it on his own, and we do not need to combine the energies anymore. So we are grateful. Who do you know in your universe who is bringing your butt to the floor, right? Who's bringing you down, right? This is what we are discussing today in the next 10 minutes or so before we get you over to John Benny, and Josh gets to walk early, right? So that they see him walk in 5 minutes early instead of walking in 5 minutes late, right? We don't want that. But the owner of the star, who is never there, is going to be there. You'll get your butt to the star early, right? There you go. So nonetheless, we are grateful that you are here and that you are watching the good dawning. And of course, everybody in the universe, today's mantra, right? We're not going to let anybody leave negative energies with us any further. We are not going to swallow those energies, right? Are you allowing yourself to swallow negative energies? Are you allowing yourself to be run by other people's energetics? Saint Germain is asking because if you are allowing yourself to be run over, you are sitting there having conversations and you are getting negative energetics, and they are talking about how universe sucks and the election sucks and you suck and this sucks and everything is terrible in the universe, right? Or you have Fran, right, talking about how terrible her daughter is and this and that, or Bob and yelling at your TPS reports and saying that you are the worst employee ever, though Bob really can't do that without getting fired himself. But telling you that he's not really thrilled with your energies, this and that, right? You are hearing all of that in your universe. Of course, some of that may be constructive criticism. Don't get me wrong. We conflate people telling us that being negative with constructive criticism. We can kind of mix the two up. So take the constructive criticism if you are talking to your boss, for example, and put it to the left. But otherwise, if somebody is leaving negative garbage on you or telling you that you are a loser, or that they are this or that, or that the universe is going to, whatever it is, you do not have to eat those energetics. I'm going to repeat that. Saint Germain is going to repeat that for you. Do not have to eat the energies that negative nillies are placing upon you. It's your choice. You have every right to say, no, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to listen to that any further. We're not saying to say talk to the hand or anything like that. You have to be loving, right? But what we are saying is, if you are hanging around somebody and they are talking about, we are going to use this as an example, right? They're davishing about the election, and everybody who voted was a loser and this or that, and you voted for this, and so you are this and you are that, and you are. Do you have to eat that, right? And maybe you even voted for the loser that she is saying that you are, right? So maybe you are, or maybe you voted the other way. It doesn't matter how you voted. That's your choice if you chose to vote at all. That's up to you, your business. But if you have somebody who's calling you a loser because you have voted this way or that, or just in general, the negative energetics, do you have to eat that? Or can you kindly say, I love you. I'm grateful to have you as a friend, but I do not need to converse in this manner. It's all about standing in your frame, right? So we are talking about standing in your frame and allowing energetics. Are you allowing the energetics of somebody who's going to be mean and rude to you, or rude to others who aren't even there? When you're talking negative, you are talking about something or somebody else's energetics. Even if they are not there, you are talking about a group of people. So you are sitting there throwing negative energies to those who can't even defend themselves, right? So that is not fair. You do not have to sit in that comic soup. So it's your right as a human to tell somebody when they are davishing off into negative energetics to go, look, I'm not going to take that. I do not have to be part of your negative energetics, and I'm not going to play into your negative energetics. Can you say that? Do you have enough chutzpah, right? We are going to use the word chutzpah, cojones, right? We like using cojones, right? To stand into your frame and to tell somebody, look, I love you. People choose to vote how they do, and I'm not going to sit here and allow you to disparage 50% of the country, or disparage me, or disparage your family, or whomever you are disparaging through your comments, right? If you are sitting there and they aren't even talking about you, they are just conflating the universe. Maybe they are talking about this, that, or the other that they dislike, and you are not part of that, but you are hearing it. Do you are absorbing that negative energetics, right? You are taking that in. So your frame is getting denser, right? You are feeling it. You are having to deal with it in her way. You are, through her energetics, you're having to deal with the lowering of your vibration. Because if somebody is going to slam the universe or put out negative energies, or talk negatively about you or something else, and you are sitting there, it is hitting your field. Now, of course, you can turn up the violet flame and cleanse all that, right? So 100 to 10 and just cleanse your body, right? You could ask Isis to put up the energetic shield, right? Isis. Shields up. Pyramid of protection. 100 to 5. I do not want to catch any of that karmic negativity, right? You can just simply say, I love you. I appreciate hanging out with you, but I do not want to discuss or be part of your negative energetics any further. Are you an understanding of that? Because you can do that. You have every legal right in your universe to put somebody who is putting out, not put, but to advise somebody. There you go. It's a better way to state that. They are putting out energetics that you are not aligned with. And if they are going to continue to put out negative or heavy energetics, it is up to you if you are choosing to keep them in your current frame, or to say, I need to separate from the energies right now. I'm going to step over here. You have a nice day, and I will contact you later, or what have you. I don't understand why anyone tells people who they vote for. It's nobody's business, just my part. No, and then of course for Josh, he doesn't vote at all because he doesn't want to be dragged down. If you vote for somebody and they cause World War III, technically you are part of the energetics that cause World War III. You do realize that, right? Now you do not know that the person you're voting for is going to destroy the planet, right? Haha, so to speak. But maybe you do vote for that person, right? We're not saying that whoever isn't, nobody, we're just making this all up. So don't put any conflations to what we are saying here. We are making up examples, nothing more. So please we're not conflating the current universe. You have to somehow make up examples of things, right? So this is what we are doing. So if you are hanging with somebody and they are dissing y'all, like, yeah, exactly. You are right, Laura. It is none of y'all business, anybody's business, who you vote for. And if somebody's going to sit there and say X, Y, and Z was voted for by all these people and they're all losers, whatever it is, or you voted the other, whatever, we don't care. Do you have to be with people like that? No. Not at all. You have every right to say no. If we were going to hang out, boundaries, right? You are allowed to put up energetic boundaries in your universe, right? So if you are hanging with somebody, maybe the energetic boundaries, look, I love you, but we do not talk politics, right? When we hang out, you start talking politics with them. Or maybe you don't talk politics anyways, right? Like Josh, right? But nonetheless, so we are hanging out. My rule is I don't talk politics. You can be as political as you want, as you are outside of my universe. But in order for our friendship to exist, I don't go into the politics because I don't want to burn up my energetics with it. And I would just sit there and just not have anything to say. So you can do that. You have every right to create boundaries in your universe on your friendships. So if you are in a friendship with somebody that you don't want to get rid of, and they are karmic or they are negative at times, and we're saying they are completely negative, that is, we're going to ask you why you are hanging around somebody who would be completely negative. Like, woe is me, my life sucks, and I wish I was dead, and my job sucks, and all the time, right? Then you are just, maybe you are not seeing yourself in a high light. But nonetheless, if you have a karmic friend who otherwise you get along with pretty good, but they have these things, they say things, put the boundaries up. If they do not respect your boundaries, are they a good friend anyways? Any friend that you have should respect your boundaries. Most of you probably don't discuss, like, if you are still religious, what are the things you don't discuss? Like politics and religion, right? So generally, but most of you here, if you are watching this, I would doubt you are religious per se, but nonetheless, maybe you have a religious friend, right? And they are always talking about how they are going to church and they're going to the temple, or maybe they're Muslim and they are going to the Muslim temple. Whatever it is, or they go to the ashram, whatever it is. We do not care if you are religious, but if you are not religious, do you need to hear it? No, of course not. It's not your job to hear about that or to have it. You are going to hell, right? If you are Christian, right, Catholic, you are going to hell because you are not believing as me. If you have a friend like that, why would you hang around them? But you can put up the barrier, like, look, I love you, but when you get religious and start telling people that they are better, you get into this ego, right? And I'm not going to hang out with that. So you have a right to tell your friends that. And if you want to hang out, we are great when we talk about comic books or whatever else, right? Whatever, I'm making this up. Or when we go ground, right? You are an amazing friend. Or we have a great lunch together, but then you start talking about the church, and then it goes downhill from that. We're not going to discuss that when we are hanging out. If that is what you want to discuss, I understand, but go hang out with your church friends. But I love you anyways. You have every right to do that. So keep all that in mind. You're in control of your energetics, the conversations that you have, and those who are in your universe, right? So that's what we are discussing today. We're not going to go too much further. We want to get you to John, Benny, and Josh Liggin needs to get to work. And tomorrow we're going to end the show about the same time because we're going to get you over to Jared, who's going to do an amazing fire homer. And it's on the community page for Josh. And if you go to Jared's page, you can see the pictures of where he is doing the fire homer by the Ganges River. Are you near the Ganges River? We're not going to go bathing in the rivers around here. We could go to Boulder Creek, but for Josh, it's amazing to see the Ganges River. So we're going to have the fire homer through Jared next to the Ganges River tomorrow at the dawning. So it'll be weird, but because it's not night, right? But for Jared, it will be night, right? It's 11 o'clock right here. Actually, it's probably now, it's like 10 or midnight right here is that. But nonetheless, we are grateful that you are here. Saint Germain is grateful that he has the opportunity to speak to you, to channel through Josh for you. For all of you, do not, Saint Germain, do not allow yourself. You can, it's up to you, but we don't recommend it. Do not allow yourself to eat the energetics of negative people. Do not hang out with negative people if you are not setting up boundaries, right? Set up boundaries with your negative or karmic friends. If you are not setting up boundaries, you're going to get energetically run over, and that is up to you. If you do not respect your energies, that is on you. If you have a friend who's starting to dovish off, oh, I went to work and it was terrible, slow them down. Put the brakes, honey. Stop. We need to talk. What are you doing? Slow down. Put your brakes on. Let us discuss your work in a more energetic, positive, energetic fashion. You take control. If you have a friend who's losing their energetics, right? You step in and slow them down, right? That people do not realize that they are living off of their trauma body and not out of their source love self. So if you have a friend who's, and you will get with them and then they get into their trauma body, slow them down. You have every right to do so. It is all up to you. Chloe, good dawning. We are grateful to see you here. Tomorrow, actually tonight, Chloe, tonight we're going to release Josh back so we can do the announcements and get you all over to John Benny. So we are grateful that you are here. We love you and we are releasing transmission. Saint Germain, we'll see you in the next channeling. Oof. All right, there we go. I am back. All right. So yeah, thank you. Tonight, Chloe, at 7 o'clock, we have Crystal Talk with Chloe. So join us tonight. We're going to talk about what you need in a collection, what Chloe's going to show us, crystals. We're going to talk energetics. So join us for an hour of Crystal Talk from 5 o'clock my time, or 7 o'clock till 8, and then 8:15ish. Then we'll go over to Inspire Nation. So we're going to buffer that up and fill in the hour and 15 minutes. And then this could be like every 2 weeks or so. Chloe gets new crystals all the time. And so, yeah, we're going to help her to help us, right? So help her sell her collection, and it helps us to gain a collection of amazing, energetic, family, inexpensive crystals. And we keep it all in the family, which is what it's all about. So, yeah, so join us tonight at 7 o'clock for Crystal Talk with Chloe. And it's going to be a good time. And really, next Monday at 3 o'clock, we'll have Laura back on. And then Tuesday night is Akashic Adventures with Viviani. And then the next 3 Tuesdays in a row will be Laura. So, all right, guys and gals. If somebody wants to put a link into, you guys pretty much know where it is, but to John Binney into the chat, that would be blessed. And then I did get Kuan Yin is up. And of course, as well, if you get a chance, go to Chris, the volunteer, as well, and check out his card with Archangel Raphael. Please leave him a comment that you did visit. It's always when you read your comments there, it's always nice if you've left one like, thanks, I appreciate the card. Just something. Not, you don't have to do it on my end, but imagine Chris when he opens up his after work there and he sees all your comments. It makes your day, right? It just makes it a little more pleasant. So just a little smiley face or something if you've read Chris's card for Archangel Gabriel. And thank you, Josh and Saint Germain. Blessings, family, running out the door. Safe and favored travels, Millie, to wherever you are going. Set up boundaries and put your protection shields up. Exactly. Yeah, don't let anybody eat your energy. If they're karmic or negative in your frame, you have every right to stomp your feet down into your frame. Not stomping, but jump into your frame, right? And be like, look, I'm not going to deal with that. I love you, but no, we're not dealing with those energies. You have every right to do so. You are in control. You have the grand control of what comes in and out of your field. I mean, if you're in India with Jared, you can't help with there's 100,000 people walking around, or if you're having lunch with your 50,000, with 25,000 of your closest friends, the energetic, so to speak. But we're talking about close relationships anyway. So keep all that in mind. Thank you for the subject about boundaries regarding politics. Oh, you are absolutely, Bonnie, absolutely. You know what? Nobody has a right to two things. Whether you voted or not, nobody has a right to know who you voted for. That's your business. Absolutely, Laura. I love that. That's amazing. Secondly, nobody has a right as well to diss your vote. That's them. There's 8 billion people on the planet, 8 billion different ways people can see politics. And so if somebody wants to sit there and say you voted for X, Y, or Z and why, you could see it on both ends, right? I voted for Camille. Why? Or you voted for Trump. Why? Either way, because I chose to. That's all you have to say. You chose who you chose. And if you have people in your universe who really want to question your choices on who you vote or anything else for that matter, and they don't respect your sovereign self, why do you keep them in your universe? If you have people that you can't respect your sovereignty, right? I'm my own human being and I choose to do what I choose and I vote for who I vote for and I did what I do and I do what I do and these are my energies and I'm who I am. And I believe in what I believe in, what have you. If you have people who truly are against that, then why do you keep them in your universe? That's a question maybe that you want to think about today. But remember, nobody's energies, no negative Nelly, nobody has a right to lower your energetic field in any aspect. And if they do, you have a right to either throw up a boundary, throw up a wall, or step away. It's just a spit on the table and step away, right? All right, guys. I love you. Stay awesome. I will see you over. All I got to do is unprivatize the video, basically, and set up tomorrow's. I'll jump into the chat over on John Benny and say hi. But basically, I'm going to go fly to work so I can be there on time and say hi to the owner who barely stepped into the store. But since she's going to be there today, I'm going to be there with bells on. That's why I can't see a cut YouTube channel. Oh, okay. I got you. Blast. Yeah. All right, guys. And Millie, if you're listening, safe and favorite travels there. Rick, if you catch this, or if your favor, big healing love. And of course, to the rest of you guys, stay awesome. And I will see you tonight. Chloe, thank you. I'm looking forward to tonight. It's going to be amazing. Tonight at 5/7, and I will see you all then. Favor, love, and if you get over to John Benny there, throw all your questions in the caps, all caps, and of course consider donating if he calls on you. If you work with John, always consider a donation. Matching energetics there. Amazing what happens. But I love you. Stay awesome, guys, and I will see you in the next.